are going to need against a team like our iBUYPOWER. So let's see what we got going on here tonight. United5, I'm very interested in what they're going to open up with here. Again, I feel like shot-wise, iBUYPOWER is heavily favored.
Yeah, I think it's going to take some interesting strategy from iBUYPOWER too, though. I mean, T-side Dust 2 is, like you said, it's pretty dominant.
Yeah, and so much of it this half is going to be decided on the pistol. We see some interesting things going on from United5, pretty much just decorating the map with a bunch of decoys, but Steel does open up the round. Warden was trying to get a little aggressive on Cat, but it wasn't fake, but they do get the pick into B, though. Huge alleyway opened up for United5 as they make their way into the site. Daze gets one on the cross, and still firing back is both teams. United5 trying to make their way into the site, but they are suffering a lot in trying to do so. Still 3 players up, 3 on 4, still jockeying for position into the site. So who's going to do it? Well, they finally get the bomb down, so I'm surprised iBUYPOWER let them do that, but they are going to be rushing into the site now. Oh, Skadoodle coming through the window, gets one, and it looks like iBUYPOWER is just going to take over here unless Storm can make something happen. He's got 2 so far. This would be a miracle 1 versus 4 if he could do this for his team, but no. Daze, clever spot, and the defuse goes to iBUYPOWER, but not a bad round at all from United5.
Not at all. United5, they were able to take the site fairly easily. I think that was a part of iBUYPOWER's plan. I'm sorry, United5. iBUYPOWER's plan, it seemed like they just were playing for the retake. They waited for the bomb to go down and then for the best time to throw all their flashes in and just take it, and they did that very well.
Yeah, very nicely done. I mean, they sacrificed the bomb plant, but not that big of a deal. We see Swag firing back from middle, manages to drop Moses fairly low. It looks like it is going to be a cat take coming in from United5. Never mind, they're dropping down middle. Swag has so far picked up 1. And yeah, this is looking kind of weird from United5. Kind of disorganized what they're attempting here. They did get 1 up cat, but the bomb and another are just sitting back. And iBUYPOWER is just cleaning them up. But Storm has been deadly with the pistol so far.
That was an excellent shot. And it looks like United5, they didn't plan for Daze to be so aggressive in middle. He got that first pick fairly quickly, and it kind of just derailed their attempt. I think they were going to just try to rush up Cat. But you want to make note that United5 did get the bomb down, so they will be able to buy this round.
Yes, and we do see Skadoodle already with an op, so they know, or iBUYPOWER knows United5 is going to go for the buy. And Skadoodle, he is going to have free reign of middle as no oppers available yet on United5. I'm not even sure they're going to run one, actually, but Skadoodle does have that renowned op ready to go. And the strat so far for United5, they're working up that catwalk. They have smoked off the middle, so let's see where they decide to go. Are they going to work the cat and then go mid to B, or will this be a cat take? It doesn't look like they have any intent on doing anything too quickly, as they do have 1 lurking outside of long, but never mind. They are working up cat quickly. They do trade frags on cat. Steel goes down along with Daze. United5 gets the better of that situation. There's still 1 inside the A-bomb site, and they have a great player to do it. It is Skadoodle watching the catwalk. Here he comes. Misses a first shot, though. And his position is revealed. TM with a great shot onto Skadoodle. And that is going to give them full access to the A-bomb site. But look at this from United5. They still have 2 members lurking way back. Only 2 players in the bomb site. And 2 players elsewhere for United5. But iBUYPOWER still has 2 players left. Swag and AZK. TM onto AZK, though. So all up to Swag. It's going to be real tough to do this. He manages to take down 1. He has 3 to deal with. And TM looking real good. Looking real smooth that round. And United5, it didn't seem like they had much opposition except for that initial cat thing.
Yeah, I mean, iBUYPOWER, it looked like they stacked Cat up close. Daze got wounded really quickly, and he got taken out. I was watching Skadoodle, and it was really interesting to watch him as mid got smoked out, and he wasn't able to really do anything there anymore, so he went towards long A. It's a pretty default standard strat, but the guys close up Cat obviously weren't in coordinating with him.
Yeah, and it was very strange how United5, I mean, they had 2 players holding way back. I mean, what do you think of that? I mean, you usually see a lot, they're sending a majority of their players, or you see teams send a majority of their players just together, but they only had 2 taking the bomb site in the end, starting with 3.
Well, they were able to work their way up middle with a couple of those smokes that completely took Skadoodle out of middle. And like I said, that middle is so crucial. You have to control it, or else it's just going to allow the T's to take over and take over Cat or go B or wherever they want to go.
Yeah, even though it's an eco round, we're kind of seeing it right here since nobody's playing middle for iBUYPOWER or B for that matter. It's just going to be a free bomb site for United5, and they know that iBUYPOWER is stacking A. And I'm wondering if iBUYPOWER is just going to save out from here. I mean, you've seen a lot of the more experienced team do that, just not even give them any additional money and save your pistols for the next round. Or are they going to go for exits? It looks like 2 of them are. But yeah, I like this play from iBUYPOWER. I mean, they don't have to go for it by any means at this point. Their gambit failed. Might as well just not give them any additional money and try to go for some exits.
It's a smart move, but pistols in CSGO are so strong. I mean, you essentially have a lot of pistols that can one-shot up close. You know, it's really changed the flow of the game when pistols can be so strong at any point in the game. You know, they can pretty much turn around entirely.
Yeah, I hear you. The game changer, I think, in the old iterations of the game was the Deagle, and in this game, I mean, you have so many different pistols to choose from with different utilities and everything. So, yeah. But another round coming in for United5, and finally another gun round for iBUYPOWER, sitting at 2-2 so far. And will we have a battle of ops? No, Skadoodle sitting very low, and XP3 is going to be the designated opera for United5. So last time on the gun round, all United5 really had to do was smoke middle, work their way up, get the trade on Cat, and then just enter the bomb site. And like it seemed almost effortlessly last time, but we'll see what Skadoodle can do here. He is the player watching Cat, and United5 is just going to double down and go straight up the catwalk again. Here comes the play, and XP3. Skadoodle with the clever spot, able to get one. No, Warden takes him down. So Cat seems to be the chink in the armor for iBUYPOWER so far, and Skadoodle, what looked to be the only player that was playing it, one of his teammate did fall back. So this is going to be another site take for United5, and look at this again. United5 is just sitting back with 2 of their players, and this time it's going to work out for them. No, there's so many players up, but Moses has 2 to deal with that middle, and he's just giving it to them, and Storm chimes in as well. Finally, Daze replies, but wow, 2 gun rounds where Cat has just been exposed by United5.
Yeah, I think the big problem, and you know, I'm not going to pretend to know the perfect strategy against United5, but it looks like iBUYPOWER is focusing 1 or 2 up Cat, and then the rest of their teammates aren't really set up to back them up, get a trade, or anything like that. So they're just kind of relying on the fragability, if you will.
Fragability. Yeah, it seems to be what they're doing. Skadoodle, if he's playing it alone, I mean, if they're not pushed up on Cat, they need to fall back immediately. I mean, if they're just going to try to frag out against more players on the Cat, they don't have 2 there, and they're not dedicated. It looks like one of them was already falling back, and Skadoodle decided to go in. So I'm not sure if that's part of their plan, or
looks like he
just got a little over-aggressive.
Or not a stack, but he had a pretty neat spot set up. He probably practiced that quite a bit. But it didn't work out for him, and he paid the price.
Yeah, I think the re-peek is what did him in. I mean, just go as a team or fall back to the team, but could have win either way. I thought he was going to get him, but anyways, back to the action. We see a ton of the drive-by pistols, the CZ75s, I believe they are. This super devastating gun.
I love it.
And iBUYPOWER with the B stack. Oh yeah, it's like a P90 pistol, but Daze can't put it to use. There goes one of them down, but they are walking into a stack from iBUYPOWER inside of the B-bomb site. Here they come, but the flashes are too strong so far. Skadoodle, Swag, they both combine, and iBUYPOWER is just wrecking them right now. Down to a 1 versus 1 as Swag just decimated him in the site. But still alive, and XP3 outside of the bomb site. The bomb is down in B. XP3 is going to go for it, but Steel, all he has is a CZ. Oh, XP3 with a nice shot, insta headshot. Even if Steel could have got some damage onto him, XP3 was probably going to walk away with that one. And close round, nice eco by iBUYPOWER, but they really could have won that.
Yeah, that was an amazing round by iBUYPOWER, able to bring it to a 1v1. I thought that Steel might have got a little antsy there by pushing without hearing the bomb plant, but you know, he went for it, and it was a good save round nonetheless.
Now, I'm not sure that they heard, or if he knew the bomb was picked up or not, because he was on an extremely long flank route. So I'm thinking he was just pushing in. He's outside of the bomb site. Yeah. But I suppose he had to do something. There was still quite a bit of time left on the clock. But anyways, another gun round underway. So far, every single gun round has gone to United5 via the catwalk. And still, from iBUYPOWER, they only have one in the area that's ready to counter it. So, I mean, if it's not broke don't fix it for United 5 here. But
It was an amazing shot by Steele.
At long?
Oh yeah, he was posted up for Storm Crossed. He had the dink going, and it was just great awareness by Steele to be set up there and just waiting for.
Yeah, especially with that ping disadvantage too. But for United 5 here, trying to come out the middle, they're going for the trade. Warden can't get it as Swag is set up to help Daze as well. And those are two players I never thought I'd see playing together, but very interesting roster shakeups going on. But this round, United 5 is going to finally lose a round. I think it all started off with Steele at long, but they didn't really seem to do the same cat thing. It seemed they had they wanted to try it, but just the pushes from iBUYPOWER worked out for them. But United 5 still going to be able to buy, but if they lose this, they will not be able to next round.
It still reigns true. You know, you got to control mid with Dust 2, and really in CSGO, your option for a terrorist is to throw the smoke. And that time they did not have the smoke in mid, so they were able to get some cat and mid help going, some crossfires, and you saw it resulted in a iBUYPOWER winning.
Yep, but another chance to steal back the momentum for United 5 here. And switching it up, I really don't know why they're just switching from their catwalk stuff. It was working for them every time. They are going to be going straight into B here. 2 players, 3 players in the area, and AZK, oh, if he fires his off, that's going to be so huge. Everybody's standing in the smoke. He can just shoot into it. He'll get one. He gets one. But they do trade back and forth. They're trying to come out of the smoke now. Warden going big onto Dazed and AZK, though, which is going to secure the advantage for them so far. Steele and Skadoodle. Last 2 CTs up. Steele seems to be worried about middle a little bit. They're trying to go in, but Warden with the triple kill so far this round. Skadoodle, his most recent victim, and there it is, the 4K from Warden onto Steele that time, and Warden just coming out of the B bomb, or coming into the B bomb site, dropping a bunch of people, just really worked out for the United 5 there. And I'm really surprised by United 5's T side ability right now.
Yeah, United 5 is doing a great job of taking the sites. You know, it was a really tough site to take at that point. You know, AZK firing into the crowd. He had support from Dazed, and it was really shocking to see how quickly they were able to take it. Warden coming up with some huge frags coming into the B-bomb site. However, you do see Skadoodle. He did get a little antsy, and he got picked by Warden in that 2v2. So it looks like they might be getting a little frustrated.
Yeah, Warden is just feeling himself right now, just going for the pick onto Skadoodle with the AWP. Very ballsy, but after a round like that, I can see why he would go for it. United 5 now looks like they're going to try their catwalk take again, and nobody is set up in the bomb site except for Skadoodle, who is at the car. But a couple of well-placed smokes and flashes is going to isolate Skadoodle.
I do like this setup. It's set up so that Skadoodle can get the first shot. Daze will fire and inevitably go over to his left.
Here come the flashes.
Just be sneaky.
Oh my gosh, Daze whipping a whole bunch of shots, finally takes down Warden. And the cat take is on, still Skadoodle at long. Can he get the first one? No, it looks like XP3 lagged out. Yeah, oh, now he's back. So interesting round so far for United 5, suffering a lag out, but they're still not out of it. As XP3 has now recovered, both oppers whiff on each other, but that is going to force TM to get off the bomb plant, and Skadoodle gets the better of XP3, but fire in back against United 5, TM and Moses with one, but they are the last 2 players up. 2 players of iBUYPOWER in the spawn, and TM takes down AZK as Moses was trying to pinch. But now TM is in this 1 versus 2, gets the bomb down, has Steel to deal with. Oh, he does take him down, but it's down to a 1 versus 1, and the nade by Dazed is going to secure the round. Picks up the op for his teammate. It's going to go to Skadoodle next round. And that is another round for iBUYPOWER, and I think United 5 might have to save here. No, they did get the bomb down.
They're playing that really smart. They changed it up from holding cat to holding more towards long, getting into CT spawn, waiting for that bomb to go down, and just playing what they see, you know, not trying to rush the site too early. They played well together, and you saw that it resulted in a +1 situation for them, and they were able to secure the win.
Yep, +1, getting the trades. That's the way it's done. Counter-Strike 101. You see that from all the good teams. But for United 5 here, they do have another gun round. If they lose this one, they are going to have to save. And their B split worked out for them last time, and that was the first time they lost around that they tried to take up the catwalk. But look at this. Steel getting thirsty, pushes up the long, sees Warden, but they both decide to fall back. But Steel, he wants it. He's going around the corner. This is going to decide a lot what happens in the round. And it does go to Steel with the flashbang over the wall by his teammate. And this pretty much clears up any suspicion that they might be taking long for United 5. I'm not sure how far Steel pushed out. Now that United 5 is on the disadvantage, they are rerouting the bomb all the way back from B. So looking to take things fairly slowly here. We do see a little pressure at middle, and it is going to be a B fake here from Storm. Only a one-man fake, though, but Team iBUYPOWER is biting a little bit. But now that Storm's down, they need to take up the catwalk right now because the rotate is going to be on any second from iBUYPOWER. And there it is. Two of the players already trying to come up. They do see the bomb at middle as well. Skadoodle onto TM, misses the second one. But this looks like iBUYPOWER is going to be able to take this round quite handily. But never mind, Moses with one. Nope. Steel back at him in XP3 in the 1 versus 4 here. Two of the members of iBUYPOWER are very low, including the only player at B, which is Swag. And XP3 gets one, but nice trade by iBUYPOWER. There's the trades yet again from the CT side. And it is going to be all tied up 5-5. But I think United 5 is going to have to start winning a couple more rounds here because iBUYPOWER's T side, it's going to be devastating.
Yeah, iBUYPOWER, you're seeing a huge momentum shift in their favor. What they're doing essentially is they're allowing themselves to retake A instead of trying to hold it. It allows them to have more bodies at B, just because they're holding it from long. And there you'll see Stack at long able to take down XP3. I think it's a much better site. I think it's a much better way to hold the site, honestly.
And what do you think of this solo long gambit that United 5 is going for? I mean, they send one there, and there really seems to be no effort to try to trade if he gets it or not. If they get it, great. They have like a hole to attack into. But if not, I mean, they're just kind of suffering that.
Well, they're really sending out some players for pick strats. It's just kind of feeling out where iBUYPOWER's playing. I think they had some initial success with that, getting some picks, but at this point they've just got to be able to secure mid and kind of cut off Cat from anything else and try to get the pick. But unfortunately, iBUYPOWER's not going to give that to him.
Yeah, in this round we see just an eco round coming in from United 5. Getting dominated all over as they do have the inferior weaponry, and that's going to be 6-5 for iBUYPOWER, but another chance to steal back the momentum for United 5. And I'm not sure they should continue doing this little long gambit, but I mean, it did work out for them in the past, but Steel just seems to have stepped it up.
Well, at this point, iBUYPOWER is responding to what United 5 was originally dealing them, and so now they've got to try to change it up and find a chink in their armor once again.
Yep, they started off real strong, but iBUYPOWER, demonstrating their resilience, is now up 6-5. And now United 5 is going back to their roots from earlier this match, going for the catwalk. And we did see a similar setup, the exact same setup. We got a deja vu round occurring right now, as Dazed and Skadoodle are both in the same location they were. And how this round panned out last time, they did manage to trade back and forth. But oh, here comes the Cat. Skadoodle with a great shot onto Warden. That looked very fishy. But he does take down two of them before TM is able to reply back. And United 5, when they take up the catwalk, every time we've seen this strategy, they've sat two of their players back at middle. And it has been working out for them. And United 5 Storm is able to take down Steel, which leaves AZK and Swag.
Yeah, iBUYPOWER has been... iBUYPOWER, they've been doing a rotate that is fairly aggressive through middle. And it's been paying off for them, but at this point, it looks like United 5 is going to be able to clean it up. All the rotates are coming conservatively through CT spawn. If you saw them rotate through middle, United 5 would have been ready for it, but instead United 5 waited, and since they didn't see anything, they just went up long and were able to help out their teammates in the A bomb site.
Yeah, it's real like patient play from United 5. You see a lot of teams just trying to shove raw numbers when they're taking a bomb site. They really only have 3 doing that, and it has been happening for them at Catwalk. But iBUYPOWER, based upon their setup, they've never dedicated to Catwalk. They never sent 2 players there and said, we're just going to hold Cat. And I think that might be part of the problem. I mean, you see a lot of different setups from CT teams, but oftentimes, at least a couple times, you're going to try to dedicate on Cat and just hold it. But iBUYPOWER hasn't really been doing that.
Well, they're sending United5 is sending enough cat that they can take it even if they get a couple picked, but they're not sending the entire team. They're allowing themselves some flexibility so that they can go long or they can watch for the picks that they could be getting from the aggressive rotates from iBUYPOWER.
Yeah, and iBUYPOWER Steel has pushed up long. Storm is ready, but in the meantime, United5 has taken out of the middle. There's TM on the swag. Only one player left in the bomb site. He flashes over, comes out the window, gets two of them. That's AZK going big, and that just crushes United5's chances of this round so far. They're not out of it yet, as they do still have the bomb site, but we do have a flank coming in as well from Steel. There's Skadoodle onto Warden. I think that was on the cross. Very quick shot from Skadoodle, but peeking out. But United5, still down to a 1 versus 2. Moses with 3 HP versus AZK and Skadoodle. Skadoodle has been doing work from, but the nade from AZK onto Moses. Nothing you could do about that. Just beautiful placement by AZK. I think that would have killed him in most of the site.
That was a great 3K round coming in for AZK. He was able to kind of make the assumption that they were going to come into that window and just try to surprise him, and he did indeed.
Yeah, it looked like it wasn't going to work at all to me. I saw him just flash over and just rush out the window, and it looked like the flash came from the floor, and not that he was already boosted already. So it was very nicely done by AZK, and just able to surprise United5 and pretty much steal the round. It looked like it was to be United5's, but anyways, eco round coming in from United5. So far, getting shredded by the Colts of iBUYPOWER. Only one player up, and they do know exactly where he is. Swag's going to get this kill in just a moment. There it is. TM goes down, and iBUYPOWER looking to secure this half at 9-6, despite pistol round and being down a little bit.
Yeah, they've really come back in a big way. The momentum shifted in their favor. They were able to identify their issue, which was cat. They were getting picked right away after United5 would send a lot of players up cat and just be able to storm it and take it. After that transition, United5's been struggling on a way to answer that. So we'll see if they can get this last round.
And it looks a lot of the time United5, the problem isn't taking sites at this point, it's just holding them. iBUYPOWER is somehow able to squeak out a couple extra frags when they're taking the bomb site, which is resulting in United5 not being able to take the rounds. And here we go, this round United5 is going back up to catwalk, and iBUYPOWER is having none of that so far. 2 frags to 1 in favor of iBUYPOWER. And they have taken the bomb site though, but you see the real patient retakes. But AZK has been so surprising to United5, just coming in with these flanks at all times, able to take down 2 of them this time. And XP3, last chance to steal this round for United5 here, trying to end it at 8-7. And XP3 does get the first 2. Great shot on the steal, but swag, iBUYPOWER on the trades. A little too strong for United5, but now the roles have
saving rounds, but able to take the terrorists out quite a bit. United5 struggling with iBUYPOWER's pistols, so we'll see if they're able to kind of mimic that play in regards to taking out some save rounds and saving some money.
Yeah. I don't want to be too biased or anything, but I just think iBUYPOWER's shots are a little more clean at this point in time, and United5's pistols might not be as devastating. I mean, they probably go for some sort of like team rush or stacking it on their eco rounds, but I think it's not going to be as devastating as the iBUYPOWER's pistol was, but I mean, anything can happen.
Yeah, you know, what's surprising to me is Steel. It looks like he has 108 ping right now, and Dazed is coming with 94. I know when I play with those kind of pings, it definitely feels like a different game, so I'm not sure how that's affecting them.
Oh yeah, I suppose they're playing on an East Coast server since that's the best way for Steel to get the ping, and Daze is on the West Coast, so that sucks for them. But it doesn't seem to be affecting them too much. But playing overseas like that at a top level is just really crazy from Steel.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing that he can still play with that kind of ping, and considering the distances.
So I'm not sure what we're waiting on here. A little bit of technical difficulties from the United5 side. Two of their players actually, so they are joining back up. And once again, we are go RGNTV. Wow, messed that up. So definitely hit that follow button if you haven't already. I am John Laser Jesus Hildreth. Alongside me, Brett B Gamer. Forgot your last name.
Gamerson.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Looks like we are going to be going live shortly. Again, 9-6 in favor of iBUYPOWER in this pistol round. So crucial in determining the momentum, and it's really United5's. They need this real bad, otherwise it's going to be a rough side, because most would agree that the T side is the favorite on Dust 2, as he could dictate the momentum so much.
You really can't count United5 out, though. I mean, I look at the names Storm, Warden, Moses. These are legends, and you've seen the XP3 already.
And Warden has been heating up so far.
Was that a name drop for Heaton?
Wait, did you say Heaton?
No, I'm pretty sure you said Heaton.
Wow. No, I'm pretty sure I said Warden. Oh well. I might have said Heaton. Oh gosh. But let's get back to the action now. iBUYPOWER. Oh, they're going to go with a B rush. Three of their players strong, and there's only one in B for United5. Finally, the rotate's on, but it's Storm trying to play the window. Can't get anything done, but wow, Warden helps his teammate out by taking out Steel, but they are taking the B bomb site so far. Still 2 frags to 1 so far for United5, but the bomb has been planted in the B bomb site. And one of the players is... Two of the players are lurking back around the tunnel, so the retake is on from United5 momentarily. Here come the flashes over. Skadoodle, Swag, and AZK still up to try to take this pistol round. They're going back and forth, but Swag, it's all up to him, and he can't make it happen as United5 just has a real smooth retake, able to get the necessary trades, waited for their teammates, all went in together, just very nicely done by United5.
Yeah, United5 taking a page out of iBUYPOWER's book. They're playing completely retake there, and I think that's a very smart move, especially when they had all those flashes set up and they were able to just bring everybody around and go in at once.
Whoa, we see a scout?
Oh boy, here we go.
Oh gosh, the scout coming out from XP3, looks down the middle, and that's the worst thing that could happen to you when you have a scout. I mean, you want to go for the mid pick middle, see nothing. So, it hasn't been working out so far for XP3, but it is now, because iBUYPOWER is going to be sending most of their players long, and they're going to be running straight into XP3's scout. Momentarily, who is going to be the first victim?
Grab your popcorn, here comes the show.
Oh, and he whiffs it. Too much shoot mania, XP3. But they do manage to get one into pit for iBUYPOWER. So, I mean, he doesn't want to play whack-a-mole with that scout, as he's going to sit in the pit right now. The rest of iBUYPOWER is ready to take up the catwalk, it seems. Here they come. But still 2 players up, but a nice flashbang from iBUYPOWER, but it doesn't result in many kills, as they only get 1, and Moses is able to clean up the rest of them. But that CZ from Daze, and AZK firing back finds Warden. I'm not sure where that was, but E5 able to clean it up. And Storm XP3, nice shots. Clean up the last 2.
You know what? That was such a smart play by iBUYPOWER there. They got one into pit, so they knew they had XP3 focused on pit the entire round, for the rest of the round at least. And then they sent the rest of their players up cat, because they knew XP3 would be feeling the pressure from long, but didn't necessarily work out, but I liked it.
Yeah, I like the attempt. I feel like if they had guns, it would have been their round. But this round, first gun round, as iBUYPOWER has elected to buy on this third round, so they're just taking a, looks like what to be their default, but wow, Daze able to find Warden, peeking that left side of middle, and that opens up this round for iBUYPOWER. Once you get that opening pick on the T side of Dust 2, I mean, especially at middle, really cuts the map in half, but United5 isn't ready to relinquish the middle yet, as Moses is firing back, but once again, they are down one player. But you see the aggression coming in here from United5. They push up the catwalk. Storm, I like the attempt, but Skadoodle was ready. Oh, Skadoodle with another one as well. But still fighting for the middle is United5. Very interesting round, how United5 just decided that we're going to try to push middle and just take it, instead of trying to fall back to either one of the bomb sites. But
yeah,
down
you're
to a
seeing
1 versus 3.
United5, it seemed like they just wanted to go in for the frags, and they might have thought that iBUYPOWER did not have the inventory that they did. However, iBUYPOWER was able to play together and get the trades that they could, and resulted in a 1 round now.
Yep, and iBUYPOWER finally is going to get another one in the second half, and we saw United5, like last half, take the pistol round. And then eventually iBUYPOWER just found their footing and were able to just roll off a bunch of rounds in a row. So, the conclusion of this round, TM trying to save his gun. Not sure if he's going to be able to do it, as he has a monster in front of him. That's Swag peeking around the corner. Oh, TM does manage to take him out. And the second one. But still, in the end, you can't have that AK, TM. And that is pretty big, because now they have no guns at all.
Yeah, it was a great round from iBUYPOWER. They were able to, well, it was a great round for TM there. He got all those frags, all those ESEA stats. That's all that matters.
Oh yeah, but he didn't get any R-dubs, so that RWS, all that matters nowadays. Alright. So eco round coming in for United5 here. And what do you think about this? Because I think on an eco round, if you're going to play standard, 9 out of 10 times, it just doesn't work. I mean, you got to do something goofy on an eco round. Otherwise, I mean, if the other team's shot is competent, there's really no reason you should win a scenario like that.
You know, I'm having so much respect right now for iBUYPOWER's smart play. They're lining up all of these shots. Not saying that no other team does it, but they're doing it so well where they're able to line up. They know somebody's going to have to peek out, and they're just going to shoot them through the door or shoot them through the corner. They're setting up for someone to push, and United5 is just falling right into the bear trap. Yeah,
the anti-eco there from iBUYPOWER, clean as can be. Trade set up everywhere. I mean, just freshly shaved, just super clean from iBUYPOWER. But another gun round. Here, United5, another chance. Take that momentum back. As you see, they're not fully bought at all, but they need to start rallying some rounds off. And there it is. The cat push pays off this time. They find Steel. That's TM with the frag. Still 4 players up, though, for iBUYPOWER, but all kind of congregated at the middle. So where do they go from here? Every time you see, or you saw from United5, they always had lurkers everywhere, just on these slow middle takes and everything. And a little different style here from iBUYPOWER, at least early in the round, as you see a majority of their numbers stacked up together. But now they have fallen off, and they are going to go ahead and try to split the map here, as 2 of the players are trying to work up the long while the bomb is just sitting at B, and they have one at Cat just ready to try to take him up. But XP3 creeping out on Cat. Is he going to find Skadoodle? No. Oh no, XP3. I thought he was on Cat from the camera, but he was at long, and United5 was able to take down 2 of them. And that is the only prong for iBUYPOWER, except for middle and Cat. And now they try to take out Swag, exposes himself too soon, and Skadoodle drops down from the middle. He's down to 1 versus 2. But very strange end of the round there. I'm surprised Skadoodle didn't try to work back to his teammate, as the fake just didn't work at all for them at long.
Yeah, you saw iBUYPOWER. They were trying to go and take all the one-on-ones that they could, maybe getting a little confident here. But you saw that United5 was able to answer, and TM very quickly getting a frag on Cat. It kind of changed the momentum around a little bit, at least for that round.
Yeah, the Cat aggression from United5, I mean, the last gun round, it didn't work out for them, but that time, I mean, I'm wondering if that's going to be a key role in their defense, because that gives the terrorist side a lot to worry about if you have to worry about getting overwhelmed on catwalk.
Yeah, absolutely, and especially when iBUYPOWER was just going up there to peak, Steel got fragged so fast in that round. It was fairly easy for United5 to just take that 5-on-4 and get some aggression going and overwhelm iBUYPOWER.
Yeah, you can see iBUYPOWER here respecting the possibility of the catwalk aggression, expending some nades and everything, but they have taken control in middle. And I'm wondering if United5 XP3 is planning on picking up an op at all, as that would change the dynamics of their CT side a little bit. But again, United5 getting the opening frag. This time, Steel suffers again on catwalk, but the trade elsewhere by Skadoodle is able to take down Warden, and that means there's only one player in the B. Swag is itching to go for him, peeking around the corner, but he might walk into a crossfire. I think he saw his elbow there, but still iBUYPOWER pressuring the middle and now deciding to fall back. And this is one of the strengths about Dust 2. It's so easy to fall off at the middle area and go elsewhere, but Moses on to AZK. So still, they fell back but didn't really go anywhere, iBUYPOWER. And now they are rerouting back to B. If Daze can get this pick middle, it'll be huge, but no, United5 gets the better of them at two different locations, middle and B. And the bomb is down and they know where Swag is, so this is going to be in the books for United5 as the time is going to expire, and maybe Swag will make it out with his wife. But yeah, another round for United5 and looking stronger and stronger so far on the CT side.
Yeah, iBUYPOWER's strategy looks to be just poking up on Cat, trying to see what they can find, try to get at least one pick. However, they're running into a lot of 1v1s, and TM's able to take out Steel for the second time in a row. It's really changing up their strategy. As soon as they get picked, iBUYPOWER wants to get out of there, go to a different site, throw a fake, try to shake up United5 so that this 4-on-5 isn't so devastating to their strat that round.
Wow, and Swag misses a crucial. Couldn't have gotten any easier for him to hit that, as the CT had a nade out, but he's looking to make up for it. He sees one of them, misses again. What's wrong with Swag right now? He usually would hit those near 100%, but whiffs too. I mean, what I'd classify as fairly easy shots, but AZK looking to pick up the slack. Tons of counter nades coming in from United5 at the long here. They only have one lurker, that's iBUYPOWER at B. The rest of them are stacked up at long, and they don't have the bomb there. Oh, aim punch gets AZK killed there as TM was able to peek off from the pit. And wow, TM is just going to town right now. I believe that's a triple so far for TM, and he is still on the prowl and finds the fourth, and Storm with the last one onto Steel. Steel finally reveals his location. Well, what a round by TM.
Yeah, you know what? Actually, I'm not going to credit that one to TM. Actually, the off that Swag had from the previous round, they loaded it with blanks, it seemed, because they didn't get a single shot there. There was absolutely no frags coming out of that op.
Yeah, I mean, I heard the shot. It kind of looked on, but not the second one, but maybe it was just to scare them. Kind of a decoy op, but again, now tied up. And the CT side, I mean, I expected it to be more T-sided for both teams, but able to play as a team is both teams on the CT side, really stepping it up with their teamwork. But this round, trades back and forth as the middle is the place of the skirmish. And so far, iBUYPOWER is getting the better of them at the middle, but United5 still not out of it. We see one player working up the long. Oh, it's AZK. Nobody was watching long for United5. I mean, they had so many players stacked up, but XP3 is able to take out that part of the attack for iBUYPOWER, but still advantage iBUYPOWER as it is a 3-on-2 here. If Storm, he needs to get back into B now. He might get caught out, but no, he does. They do smoke it off, so they do know he's there in Storm, looking to do something real sneaky here. If he can sneak out of the smoke, oh, he finds Skadoodle, and he knows one's in the sight, that's Swag, but he can't get the second one, but it's down to a 1 versus 1, XP3 and Dazed, as XP3 on the Swag peeks around the corner, it goes to Dazed with a nice headshot, and that's such a big 1 versus 1, that's exactly what iBUYPOWER needed to get their momentum going.
Yeah, iBUYPOWER did a great job of doing their pick around and catching United5 off guard. XP3 had the off early in the round, and he was not set up to really watch long, and you know, you saw Ward and he paid for that. So it was a great job by iBUYPOWER just poking around and finding the hole in the armor. They do a great job of that.
But that was another one of the United5 rounds, similar to the one we were talking about prior, that they were just trying to hold mid and aggressively. I don't know what I think about that. I mean, you see a lot of teams, they'll push Cat, and then whatever happens, they'll fall off. But United5 is firing back from the middle and pushing up the catwalk. I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, it's a risky move for sure. You're going to get attacked from a lot of different angles, and it's hard to really see everything all at once. You have a wide field of view that you could get potentially fragged from, and I would say it's a very risky move. However, United 5 seems to be pulling it off somewhat. They're able to get the trades. XP3's op right now is so on. Definitely, if iBUYPOWER, if Swag can get a hold of that op, I would definitely keep it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a very strange gambit. I mean, you'd figure it would favor the T side because that's what they want. They want the engagements at middle as they have the opportunity to go for the picks and everything. But now we see the strength of the T side on just two. They're falling back from catwalk and taking up the middle very quickly. Oh, Warden, I'm not sure if he was blind or what, but he is taken out, and the take is on to B, and Steel is pushed all the way in the T spawn, just isolating the remaining two United 5 players. Finally goes down, but at what cost for United 5? I mean, they have pretty much no chance at this round. There's so much time is going to expire, so they are just going to save it, and that panned out very odd.
Well, you know what? What really made the round different was Steel was able to get a flash over Cat, and they had smoked up CT spawn, so he was able to go from Cat, jump down into CT spawn, and just wait for the rotate. He was able to completely shut off A from rotating at all into B, so it was essentially a 4-on-2 in B, and of course, iBUYPOWER having amazing shots, and it was just a brilliant strategy on their part, and they were able to isolate United 5 and take the round.
Yeah, and a lot of that came down to just raw aim in the early part of the round. So another gun round here. 13-11 getting down to the finish. iBUYPOWER only needs 3, and if United 5 loses this one, they are going to be forced to save the next round. They might even want to try to force it if they do. And oh man, AZK opens the round up onto TM. And they were trying to hold long. XP3 getting caught out of position. AZK going huge this round. Triple kill. Gets all 3 XP3 Moses and TM finally taken out by Warden. And Warden is feeling the pressure. He gets one, but he decides to peek out again. Was just trying to frag out and hold long. But that is going to put a lot of pressure on his buddy Storm. Wow. Eats the flash and gets him through the wall. That's onto Swag. Storm, great shot. And he might be able to catch this long player? No. But the bomb and 2 others are at long. The bomb is about to cross. So if Storm, this timing could work out for him. He needs to peek now, though. But they do throw the bomb across. And they do smoke it out. But Storm is going to go for the lurk around. Who's posted up? Steel is ready for him. And Skadoodle has now planted the bomb. Here comes the peek. They see him. Can't take him down. Steel with the op onto Storm. And that's 14-11. And now it's looking pretty bad for United 5.
That round was pretty desperate for United 5. They were coming in expecting maybe to get long situated and try to stack it in case there was a push, but AZK counting his rounds, he knew they were going to be on a save, and he pushed right in and got the frags, and it was a great round by AZK.
Yeah, very nicely done. I mean, that's what you don't want for United 5, is just to have one of the players on the opposition just snap off and just pop off a bunch of heads. And AZK doing it again. Nico, he did take down XP3, and you see United 5 now switching it up, trying to push different locations, but iBUYPOWER, no deal. As United 5 has only taken down 1 in exchange for 3 of their players. Moses TM last up. I mean, at this point, it doesn't really matter how many guns they take away from iBUYPOWER. They really just need rounds at this point, and they are going to be forced to win 4 in a row to bring it into overtime if they want to stay in this match. United 5 down hard.
Yeah, they have enough money to buy for this round, but it's just maybe a little bit too little too late. We've seen that iBUYPOWER is able to execute many strategies and successfully take down United 5, splitting them apart. Really, it's just take their pick, whatever strat they want to run, and almost guarantee to win right now.
Yeah, we saw it pretty much the same thing as last half. United 5 started off strong, iBUYPOWER able to find their footing and just take it from there. And United 5 got a few rounds in there, but this round, vital signs from United 5 as they do find the opening pick, and iBUYPOWER is trying to take out of the middle. But again, they are down 1 player. 2 of the members of United 5 are very hurt, though. And worried about the long push is iBUYPOWER. Swag goes down to Warden as he was continuously peeking B. So where does this leave iBUYPOWER now? They did a decent amount of damage to a couple of the United5 players, but it looks like they are going to go ahead and try to group up. First player to contest long, who's had a very nice game so far, but peeks way out. Not expecting that many iBUYPOWER players to be there, but that did give a lot of information to United5. They know exactly what's going on right now, and now it's just up to them to hold it. They do have a bunch of players waiting for the long cross, but they did get a nice smoke out. Moses from the site gets traded off by Daze, right back at him, down to a 1 versus 3. Still a little bit of time to work with. Not out of this yet is Skadoodle. Finds the first one. What a great shot. Picks up the AK. Looking for the second one. Who's it going to be? Oh, he finds him. He knows he's right below him. Wow, Skadoodle with a monster clutch to end the match. Win the 1 versus 3. Huge play by Skadoodle.
I don't want to pretend I'm an oracle, but I saw that coming. I mean, you saw Skadoodle. He gets the pick, the first just crossing over. He picks up the AK. He's going to go for the fake, and the two players from United5 just lined up right for him. What an amazing round for Skadoodle. He has to feel good about himself.
Yeah, I just had to watch that back on the TV. That was really good. I mean, you could just see the experience in that play from Skadoodle. Just he knew he had to go for the pick, and he was just probably going to look for the first one, and then from there try to plant the bomb, jockey for position, but instead finds both of them, and just a little misplay from United5, and they had that round, and they were still in the match, but Skadoodle just takes it out from under him.
Yeah, it was an amazing round. I mean, United5, it looked like they had that round. It looked like they were going to keep going, and it really took United5 by surprise. He faked the plant. He comes around. He just gets. I mean, they've got to be hurting right now.
Yep, and so many of those rounds just came down to the odd man situation, and iBUYPOWER was just able to get the better of them on the T side for United5 as well. I mean, they didn't have any problems taking the sites for the most part. It was just holding them.
Yeah, there were so many rounds. I mean, we saw some pretty interesting plays from iBUYPOWER. They were getting steel into CT spawn from Cat, doing a lot of really, I want to say, mad scientist plays, just really trying to play with United5's heads there.
Mad scientist plays. Wow. Well, anyways, guys, thanks for listening and watching. Great match between iBUYPOWER and United5. It's all 100 of you for listening in. I am John Laser Jesus Hildreth, and alongside me virtually is Brett
B. Gamerson.
Are you not going to reveal your last name? Is that how it's going to be?
No, it's actually Gamerson.
No way.
That's Mr. Gamerson to you.
Oh, okay. But anyways, guys, this is GoRGN TV. Hit that follow button if you haven't. Going to be doing a bunch of casts in the near future, and we have our upcoming event in Vegas.
Steel's coming in.
Nice.
Steel is in the house.
Yo.
Steel, how you doing, man?
I'm doing well. Yourself?
I'm doing great. I don't know about the rest of the guys in here. How are you guys?
Pretty good. I'll kick off the question. So, how wet did you get with that 1 versus 3 from Skadoodle?
Interesting term.
Dude, like I said last night or whenever the last time I was in here, Skadoodle, best doodle. Like, you can't ever count this guy out, you know? You just, you give him a gun, you give him a goal, and he'll achieve that goal every time if it means killing the enemy.
So how you guys feeling? How many games in a row is this? How many matches in a row?
Let's just say that we've only lost one game since we've assembled.
iBUYPOWER assemble.
So tell me how the roster shakeups and everything between you and Complexity. Who do you think ended up on top of that whole ordeal?
Of course my team did. You can't ask... You know me. You can't ask me that question and expect any other answer.
Oh, I'm just trying to bait you a little bit.
How often do you use that strat where you smoke out CT spawn and flash over and just have yourself slip into CT for the rotators? I mean, I only think I saw you do that one round, but how often does that work, and are you able to repeat it?
It works about 90% of the time, and we never really ran it because we needed to that game. Only time we really needed to was the round that we did it. Every round was in an advantage. You don't really need to do it if you're in an advantage. We had the map control most of the rounds, so we could just execute proper strats.
Yeah, it seemed like you were just testing out strats at the end of it. I mean, once you kind of knew you were going to get the win.
Well, what we just tried doing is, like, we saw that U5 kind of lost composure and they got sort of carried away, started scrimming by running around and trying to hope for the best by getting entry kills. But we just basically ran the default every round, and then if we had the advantage, then we had the advantage. But if it came down to like a 3 versus 3, then yeah, we just had to kind of make something work on the fly and kind of roll with that.
So tell me about United5 on their CT side a lot. It seemed that they were trying to they pushed catwalk and then they had 2 peeking middle. It happened on a couple of rounds. What do you think about that pressure at middle from the CT side? Because it looked like they were just going to die trying to hold it. Like that was the plan.
On their CT side, when they're heavy like that, I mean, it means that their side sites, like long A and B, are vulnerable, and we saw quite a few instances where Swag was just able to kind of waltz into B and get a perfect flank onto some players, keep control of B, and have us rotate there. So while it helps them take map control and maybe open up a pick, if we don't kind of feed them the kills, if we smoke off mid and flashback cat and just disable them for a moment while we walk into B and then take map control, then it's shooting themselves in the foot if they're not able to actually get a kill off of it. But if they're able to kill us before we get smokes and flashes off, then absolutely it would work well.
I always wondered this. Do you guys prepare for a match based on the team, or like basically
not right now?
Depending on who you just prepare, like it's all the same.
So right now, because we're a new team, we're focusing more on kind of like working a default strategy, building teamwork, building chemistry, finding out what roles everyone's going to play, and make sure everyone's in the right spot. When we've been together for like a little bit of time, where we know the maps, know how everyone plays the maps, that's when we can build set strats. Right now, though, it's like for us to kind of just make a bunch of set strats on a bunch of maps and then remember it all, it's too much. We need to build a foundation. That's what we're doing right now.
Interesting. And I mean, and you touched on the whole preparing for a map and whether you guys you're focusing more your mid-round chemistry, correct?
It's just we have objectives on a default. Most of the time it's just take map control of wherever it is, and then we have like a few executions that are kind of like bootleg thing, like a couple of key smokes and flashes in certain locations that we can like kind of do like an execution. But most of the time it's just work together, take map control, get picks if people pick you, go and get trade kills, and that's what we're working off mainly, just because it's probably the safest play to do, as well as we're a new team. It's teamwork and chemistry. And
so Dazed is West Coast, yeah, and you are in Europe currently.
I'm cross-Atlantic.
Okay, so that's why you're. It seemed both of you had quite high ping there, but didn't seem to have any effect on the match.
It does have an effect. Like that last round, for example, when Dazed was smoking the cross, he got like a lag spike where he kind of like botched the smoke somehow because he just warped around. This guy ended up winning it in a 1 versus 3 clutch, but it's little things like that. There are other rounds where, I was flanking tunnels quickly with a 5-7. I'm shooting Moses in the back of the head. I think I kill him, so I go to, look somewhere else, and then he just flicks around and kills me. It does have an effect, but the end of outcome be in our favor.
Are you currently like practicing on American servers yourself? Like even when it's just yourself and you're not playing with a team, are you just doing that to get used to the lag, or are you still just playing on European servers?
I mean, I'm playing 10-mans and raging if I'm playing like Texas or Colorado. But there was a night a couple nights ago, I was just streaming by myself and playing New York servers on just pugs, just because of ping.
How much ping do you
practice.
get on New York?
90. It's not
Oh
that
wow,
bad.
that's not bad.
It's not bad at all. Tell me about, since you are playing at a ping disadvantage, what are you more comfortable with? Holding an angle? Like I saw you pushing long quite a few times. Just tell me about that a little bit. Are you comfortable holding an angle or pushing?
I think either way I'm at a disadvantage. I just try doing whatever I think's gonna be the best way for me to play that round. I mean, sometimes I'll hold an angle because they won't expect me to be at a certain angle, and hopefully like I can just kind of get the first shot off and hope that ping difference doesn't affect me too much. Other times I'll try to like run at people. I don't think I try to run at people too much. I think I try to go for a flank or try to like make a flash play when they're not looking and try to go aggressive that way. Other times I'm just like quick peeking, trying to bait out a shot and get information and then try to like make a flash play after that. There's no time that I can just go heads up against Burton and win. It's just impossible.
Yeah, that's what I was basis of the question. But we got a good one from chat here. It's where does Steel see the current crop of European competition NA squads?
What?
That's a
Can you
weird
repeat that one more
question.
time?
Yeah, that's a weird.
Comparing the European competition to the North American teams.
Well,
Probably
they
a
have.
question he gets asked.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at Europe, there's competitions popping up every month, every couple of weeks type of thing. Whether it be big or small, there's online tournaments happening all the time. There's SLTV, there's ESEA, there's Gfinity, there's different ESL tournaments, there's weekly cash cups. Like, there's so much to play for there, and there's always like regular practice, and the teams are sponsored and they have incentives to play a nice strict schedule. So you have more teams that are like at a higher. When you have 6 teams, 8 teams at the top that can kind of win on any given day, and that means that the lower teams kind of have this more to play for. They kind of want to get to that level, and they're kind of competing to get to that level. In America, though, you have kind of 2 teams at the top. This has been the same in Source for like the past 4 years as well. It's that there's 2 teams at the top. They get complacent. They're just like happy being the top in North America. And then there's like a massive skill gap between them and the next teams. And then those next teams are just like, they kind of just half stick around, half play seriously. Like, you'll never have a full team that's fully dedicated, that wants to strive to improve, to kind of get to these bigger scale tournaments, because they think that it's out of their reach, because the resources haven't been readily available until very recently, where teams have been able to go to like cross to Europe and play in European tournaments. But even then, it's just such a small amount of people have actually been able to go across to Europe and be successful in that as well, that it seems like a dream to most people, that they just kind of give up on trying to play properly, trying to improve their game. They're kind of just stuck in the same mindset. They play like pubbers. I would know nice way to say it. They play like pubbers. They play to basically have fun. And it's just like, why don't you just play a death match if you're just running around trying to get kills? They're not really trying to improve their game, improve their team's game, and kind of set out to be the next NIP of teams or the next Titan. And you know what? It's just incentives. It's what it boils down to. There are teams that are out there, but they just don't have the skill to be capable of doing it. And you'll see similar teams in Europe. There are loads of teams in Europe that have the same dedication as the top teams, but they just don't have the skill to cut it. There are a few of those in North America, but majority of the teams that have the skill, they just don't give a shit enough.
Do you think it's the case, though, that the geography or the distance between all of these different countries and the lands that are taking place, do you think that plays a pretty big role as well?
It does. It's much easier to travel around Europe than it is to travel around North America. Like, I lived in Toronto. I'm moving back there as well in a couple of weeks, and to fly from Toronto airport, like, it's just so expensive. To California, $600. Same thing to Texas, $500-600. It's like, there's nowhere that I can go that's gonna be cheap. But in Europe, you can get a flight for like $200-300, just anywhere you go. And it's like, it's just so much more accessible. You can take trains. So traveling around to actual LAN events is much easier in Europe. But if you're talking about like in terms of ping, I think anyone in North America is going to have sub 100 ping, which is fine. It's like the same as, someone from Eastern Europe playing to, like they have central servers like Germany, Denmark, London, France. They have servers all over the place. They'll always find a place where they can ping, around 60 as opposed to our 90 ping in North America. But it's mainly the accessibility where they can get to LANs much easier at a lower cost, which means that they're able to go to more events as opposed to us spending $5,000 just in flights and maybe hotel if you get cheap flights just for the week. That's not including,
Right.
other expenses and other shit that pops up, PC rentals, whatever it may be.
We got another good question. It's kind of switching the tone a little bit. It's Netcode has been looking good with JDM playing his top fragger role. Do you think they could be the next top NA team to compete against you and Cole?
They can be. I don't know. Like I haven't been following the team too close. I know that I guess they're putting in the time and they have the backing, which will get them to things like ESEA Land. But
You haven't scrimmed them at all?
I'm sure we have. Honestly, it's all a blur. I'm playing at 3, 4, 5 in the morning most of the days. I don't know what I do most of the time. I just kind of like roll out of bed, kind of play the night, and then I go back to sleep, and I just wake up the next day not knowing what the fuck happened.
Sounds productive.
Well, I mean, it's only for a couple more weeks.
Yeah, somebody, you had told us before, but I forgot. What date did you say you were going to move back?
April 23rd, I fly back, but I'm going to be I'm going to be like at a local UK LAN next weekend anyways, so it's
going with
literally
anybody known?
Not really.
Just for fun, or are you trying to win big money?
It's with friends. I don't know if you would probably recognize Zed from FM Toxic. Vertigo, I played with him on Dignitas last year. Kata played with FM Toxic as well. And then Jacobs always played with like Rasta Reason. So some people might recognize the names, but...
Is it going to be a free win?
It should be. It's the same weekend as Copenhagen Games.
So,
i.e., no good teams are there.
I'll blow up.
So how do you see North America, in the near future, within the next 6 months? I mean, without seeing any more big tournaments come out, I really don't see that happening. Do you see that a lot of teams shaping up and, kind of plateauing at the top, or do you really see one team dominating in North America?
Well, we're always going to see, just like 4 teams kind of being at the pinnacle of North American CS. Just every team's just going to look up to them. There's going to be a massive skill gap. It's the same. It's the same with Europe when it started. Like NIP was at the top by a long shot, then Varigames by a long shot, and you're going to have this in North America until for a year or two until the scene grows big enough. But we're seeing more LANs popping up. SoCal Revival, Iron Gaming, Vegas LAN. Exactly. There's now where we traditionally saw one event every 3-4 months, which was ESEA, and now we're seeing 3 events in the span of 3 months in North America. That's promising. Like if it continues down this path as we keep popping up more and more tournaments and bigger prize scale, then we can see in the next year or two North American teams that can go to toe-to-toe with the top. But it's going to be the same thing that happened in Europe. You're going to have 1 or 2 teams just kind of dominating everything, massive skill gap in between, and it's just because those top teams have the resources, they have the backing to actually attend these LANs, they have the incentive to play, and then they have the best players all in one team. Every other team kind of gets shafted in a way because they don't have the resources available.
Who is the next dynamic?
My current team.
Yeah, I was gonna say. At the moment they're performing. We got this G-Man guy. Shout out to G-Man. He's asking a lot of good questions. A lot of other people are trying to troll, but AZK and Skadoodle look like they have really stepped up their individual play consistency. How much is iBUYPOWER focusing on improving individual play versus team play? Because for now, the Euros seem to have a higher individual play level.
Is that something I can even answer? Like, I mean, it's not like we're like when we go into a server and we're practicing together as a team. It's like we're also focusing on our individual skill. We still learn from it individually as we do as a team. Like anytime we play, we're going to be learning individually and as a team. What I pick up when I'm watching, if I'm dead and I'm watching my teammates, I'm picking things up that's going to help me as an individual player. It's not like we're solely focusing on playing as an individual.
Yeah. Well, I guess maybe a better way to phrase it is like, right now, are you guys relying on your aim more than your teamwork? Just because you are a new team and you're trying to develop that chemistry. But like, are you placing your teammates or your players in places that they'll be able to hit that shot because they have so and so good amount of aim?
Well, I mean, that's role based. So Skadoodle would obviously throw in a place where he can try to get kills, and then he'll smoke and flash from me in days, which means like I'm going in for kills. Obviously, it doesn't look like it right now because I have shit ping and I can't actually get the kills. But when we're able to do this, like on LAN events, you'll see like everything's role based, and we're setting it up where we're using both teamwork and aim. Like some people will flash other people in so that those people can get kills, but we're never like running off one by one trying to get solo kills ever. Like we'll go in and try to get trade kills, but it's never like we're just running off and scrimming anywhere. And when I say scrimming anywhere, it means like running around like it's a death match.
That's a good point. Somebody asked, do you plan on staying in the States for a while? Like, I mean, are you
to Canada?
Or Canada, States, sorry. Well, I mean,
Jesus Christ, man. Do your research before you get me in for it. Come on.
I was just reading the question. Sorry.
It's not the States, it's the hat.
Big ass pants, more like it.
You plan on, is this a permanent move? Like, are you planning on staying in Canada?
I don't know. Like, if you asked me that when I was a kid, I would have been like, I don't know. Like, I don't fucking know, man. When I came to Europe, I thought I was going to be here for like 3 months. I ended up loving it. I had a job. I kind of settled down, and I loved it here. I still love it here. So I honestly don't know. I'm not planning my fucking life out. I'm 24.
Are you moving back because of iBUYPOWER?
Partially. There's other opportunities I was also looking at, kind of combining. It's the same reason why I stayed in Europe. I'm never only gonna solely base a life decision off of one factor. Like, it's always gonna be multiple factors. Like, when people ask, it's like, did you move for this reason or that reason? It's like, there are a bunch of reasons. They're personal reasons. I don't need to talk about it. Like,
it's the mind of a genius.
All right. Well, I think we're running out of questions, and again, apologies for the States comment.
fucking real.
Oh.
Did I miss something?
Yeah, he asked when I was moving back to the States.
When are you moving to the States?
Shut up. Okay, so I need to go off for practice now.
Yeah, I was going to say, thank you so much for coming in, Steele.
Yeah.
Yep. Good morning.
Yeah, good game, by the way.
Cheers.
Peace out.
Flu.
All right.
I think that does it for us.
Yeah, Ace, take us away.
All right, thank you for watching GoRGN TV, brought to you by David Media and Destiny Servers. In here tonight, we had B Gamer and Laser Jesus as our casters, Drone as our streamer. I'll let you guys do your little sign-offs.
Yep, this is Laser Jesus out. Thanks for watching. Be sure to tune in tomorrow. I'm not sure if we got some action going on, but I may or and alongside me was Brett B Gamer Gamerson.
Thanks for cuddling, guys.
Yes, very cozy night.
Thank you for cuddling. We will be back tomorrow with more matches. Stay tuned. Hit the follow button.
Got some invite matches tomorrow, and I do believe we have 2 special guests.
I believe that's going to stay a secret for now, knowing David. I am Asum. Thank you guys for coming out.
Get your
Have a good night.
do-do-do-dos ready.